Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to the Business Mix. I'm Chrissy.
And I'm Rachel, and welcome to this week's edition of the Business Mix, where we are being taken over. As we accompany you on your entrepreneurial journey, we have a few guests with us as well. So
Yes.
this week is the drum roll. Money Mob Takeover! Woo! This week we're joined by Paul and Glenys, as always, once a month. They sit in with us and basically take over. They don't just sit in with us, they take over our show. So we have a Money Mob filled business mix. So please, really looking forward to finding out about who you've got on the show this morning, and your guests take over. Take it away.
Okay. Again, thank you so much, Christy, so much, Rachel. It's an honor to be a part of the Business Mix format, and yes, it's going to be a good one. We've got a fantastic guest. I'll give you a clue. I'm drinking one of his products right here now. But anyway, my name is Paul from the Money Mob, and I run a Buy Black crowdfunding crowd purchase movement called the Money Mob. The Money Mob is about using collective economics to support Black business. We also have a weekly podcast that's on YouTube, and we also have businesses and services where you can come and find us. Also get help in regards to social media help, as well as administration, business support, as well as many other things. You can find us on moneymob.co.uk. And as I said, just make sure you come and sign up and find out exactly what it is to be a part of a global Buy Black movement. Our claim to fame at the Money Mob was it's now almost 5 years that we actually started the movement. And basically, the idea is to target a Black business, usually by referrals. We usually go visit businesses and per se, get an idea of what they're about. And if they pass the criteria, we use and muster out everything from radio, TV, social media, whatever, and then we, on a day and time, mob that business. Each person who comes down to be a part of the Money Mob has to spend no less than £10 per person. And in that way, we actually drive direct finances to that particular business, as well as making sure that people are aware of where they are, what they do, and what their philosophy and all about. That's basically what we do in a nutshell. So what do we do in the month of February? What was it like during this time, during lockdown? Well, obviously, you know that obviously we can't go too many places, but we were blessed to visit one of our favorite designers, Ethnicity Clothing, which is they're located in North London. One of our faves, and we are blessed to be the brand ambassador for this particular business. They have a very beautiful blend between a African kind of look with that kind of cut, what you will see from a big retailers, like I don't want to ask. I'm not going to say their name because they're not us, but the big retailers who really design on a certain kind of level. The cut is wonderful, and the look is absolutely kind of sublime. They make trench coat, they make blouson dresses. I know that Glenys, I know you in fact, Glenys, you were one of their models during Africa Fashion Week a few weeks.
Don't say I was a model. I wasn't modeling on the catwalk. I just modeled some of their clothes because I like them.
Muggle. Go on, Glenys. Yes.
Yes. I mean, the first thing that I saw was a coat. Actually, they've got several coats that I like, actually, Max. They've got a lovely, some of them are plain with the African print on the inside on the trim. And then they've got some that are fully of the African print. And I also bought a lovely dress I've yet to wear, by the way. But yeah, but I love that it's very smart and elegant, and I just love their feel, their style. They're absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, they're beautiful stuff. And for those of you who follow us on our social media, you will see some of the clothes that we were kind of
Yes.
modeling myself.
Yes,
and,
that's right.
Barbara. Very, 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 very,
Very nice.
Very,
Yeah.
very nice. So yes, please make sure you check them out. They are on www.ethnicityclothing.com. Now, one of the next businesses, because we have a Buy Black Saturday, one of the businesses that we actually featured on our Buy Black Saturday was a cleaning business called Mr. Carpet Clean. And they clean carpets, they do hard floor, they clean upholstery and the like. Very, very, very serious brand. They are located in like northeast London. And they also clean any clean carpets and upholstery and what have you anywhere in the central London area, Hertfordshire, Essex, Middlesex, and Bedfordshire. Please, 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 as I said, especially at this time, we're now, even myself now, getting ready to do a bit of a spring cleaning. So if you really want to have a wonderful spring cleaning experience in regards to your upholstery and your carpet, hard floor, make sure you go and check them out. They are at www.firstimpressioncleaningservices, all one word, .uk. Okay. Now this one, and I know that Glenys, because she's a car enthusiast just like myself, she would love this one. The company is called Tryon Supercars. They're based in Michigan, and this is in the United States. They're a supercar factory. Owned and the CEO is a brother by the name of Richard Patterson. Now this brother designed for designed cars like the Corvettes. If you're in America, you know this is a fantastic sports car. He also designed for Viper sports cars, and he also designed the undercarriage. This is the undercarriage for Boeing 777, serious gentlemen. And he also did the interiors for the Tesla. So when you pass the Tesla and you see like the big screen and what have you, and the interiors, a black man do that. So so he's now got his own company called Tryon Supercars, and as I said, they are on a completely different level. So listen, if you got a bit of cash and you want it, and you've got supercar money, please try them out. Excuse the pun. And
even if you haven't go on, sorry, Paul. I was gonna say, even if you haven't got the money, do look at their site, because if you like cars, boy, they're lovely.
I am telling you. So I'm gonna say, look them out. They're on www.Tryon, spelled TRION, TryonSupercars.com. Beautiful brand. And we come to one of the last ones, Generation Technology. Now, Generation Technology is a tech brand that was started by a 13-year-old called Gente. He does websites, design, development, custom gift images. He does posters design. He also does coding, and he also teaches coding. Very serious young brother, a genius in the making. We featured him on our Buy Black Saturday. And if you are looking for to find out about programming, coding, website design, and per se, please check him out. Visit him on www.generationtechnologies.co.uk. And for those who know, because usually I'm kind of bearded for at least 4 to 5 months of the year. Like you said, I'm now naked. Now I've got to get my face back to back to normal. And I use a product by a friend of mine, Rosalind Reed, Shining Life and Products. So I use like a body butter, which is beautiful, just to kind of get your face kind of together. The body butter, shea butter, as well as coconut and essential oil. She also does like a mega mix. That's the kind of really, it's a mega mix powder that I mix with my smoothies to kind of get myself kind of ready to together. And it's made out of moringa, baobab, black maca powder, Also, she has other things that's really kind of get you ready to get everything like Cersei, Neem, and the like. Please, please, please check her out. Send her an email on shininglife07@gmail.com, or failing that, give her a call on 07956 595-711. Okay, that's it. Let us now kind of turn our attention to the gentleman of the hour. This is a gentleman that I've known a good few years. As I said, I've got quite a few of his teas. Today I'm drinking lemon and ginger, but I got the Cersei and Corella as well as the Slimmer tea. I want to introduce you to an international tea maker, as well as other products, Mark DALGETY of DALGETY Teas. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Paul, and good morning to all the crew at Money Mob. Thank you for having me on your show. Greatly appreciate it. Looking forward.
No problem, man. No problem, sir. It's good to meet you. Good to see you, and I hope you are well. So, Mark, just give just a brief introduction in regards to your brand.
Well, DALGETY Teas is a herbal tea company. The company's core business is manufacturing 100% strong flavored herbal teas. The company was started about 25 years ago. Main concept was started due to the fact that at that time, a lot of herbal teas, at least in the European market, were using artificial flavors. And we thought we'd introduce some Caribbean flavors that were 100% natural and strong flavor, where, what we say we give you is what you get. So if you say ginger, we mean ginger. You feel the ginger in your chest. If you say peppermint, you think you're sucking a peppermint, and that's basically what's our concept. Yes, in terms of a company.
Fantastic. So, Mark, just give us an idea. I mean, you didn't actually start off in teas. I mean, just give us an idea of, of your journey that kind of led you into this particular area.
Well, I mean, my background is I actually studied chemical engineering. My passion is actually really making things. It wasn't so tea, just one of the things that obviously we got passionate about due to the opportunity, or what we saw was definitely an opportunity, and also an annoyance that, herbal teas is considered supposed to be a healthy product. And then you were having a lot of folks, they're making something that was solely healthy or herbal using artificial additives, So, in terms of how we started as the company wasn't started with, I'll give you a brief on how the company started. It was started with a vision and not necessarily with money in the pocket. It almost started because I was broke. Most people start a business because they have some money to start a business. But what we started with was a vision, realizing there was an opportunity 25 years ago. What I basically did is that saw the opportunity, had about £1,000 on my credit card, came to London, headed back to Guyana when I realized that, this opportunity possessed itself. Went into the rural areas where the first tea we ever did was actually the Cersei, or in the certain parts of the Caribbean, we call it Corella. It wasn't in the nice packaging that you see there. It was actually in a little plastic bag with a photocopy label. That was our original first product ever developed, And basically went into Guyana where I grew up, and the rural areas, and collected 1,000 pounds of Cersei tea bush. And I said, luckily my parents weren't in the country at the time, but I sat down in the living room and I cut that 1,000 pounds of Cersei tea bush, as you could imagine, in their nice living room with, with all their fancy chairs.
Exactly.
And used the scissors and cut it into 16,000 1-ounce packets, sent it to England, and sold it for 50 pence each. Wow. And that basically raised the money to start what you call the tea bag technology. Although saying that originally it was just really something to do to make some money, until one day I was walking through Brixton, and an Indian shopkeeper was actually making a funny joke, and he said to me, "Oh, you call this packet tea? And where's the tea bag inside?" And then is when it dawned on me, back in the Caribbean, these products, we never called it herbal teas in those days. We actually called it bush tea. Because I mean, in the Caribbean, basically what you do, you just go in the yard and you collect these things, you boil it in a pot and you strain it and you drink it. Nobody had thought of putting it into a tea bag as such. So when he actually said, "Where's the tea bag?" that sat on my hair in my brains for like 3, 4, 5 days. And I'm like, by the way, I mean, this stuff that these guys are really calling herbal tea is really bush tea in a tea bag, you know, and then that drove my passion. Obviously, then my whole engineering and knowledge kicked in terms of like, man, let's take this stuff and make it into a product that I could walk anywhere in the world, and present it, you know, and look straight in the face of any corporate giant and say, this is herbal teas or this is a product from the Caribbean. So that was a lot of the drive behind us.
Wow, fantastic. So you said, so just give us a time. When did you actually start this product? When was it created?
It's about 25 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, interesting.
It's been a long journey. Yeah, last year made it 25 years since we started. Yes.
Oh, fantastic. Okay,
Yes,
cool,
yes.
cool.
Last October.
Okay.
Yes,
All right.
yes.
All right.
So Mark, what is it like working internationally?
Internationally, I mean, we're still on the journey of being in an international company. You know, the thing about being international, the first thing you got to do is make sure you solidified in the first core jurisdiction you decide to work in, and then you expand out. You know, and in each country there's different cultures to deal with, different customs to deal with, different dynamics in terms of whether it's duties, clearance systems, and various things like that. You know, but I mean, from inception, I mean, I've always been driven by the fact that, I mean, this product has got to be a global product. It's not about just selling to Brixton or Harlesden or something like that, or just in one Caribbean country. So you always focused a lot. I mean, you know, now, I mean, we did different strategies in terms of working globally, which was using distributors, which some worked and some didn't work. I mean, over the journey of the international business, I think it gave us an insight to how countries worked, but I don't think we could say we were end up being absolutely successful in terms of using a distribution model, which is using a distributor in each one of the countries. So over the last year, we just started focusing on building our own distribution, own companies in these countries. So as of right now, I mean, we set up our own DALGETY Ghana with our own warehouse, which is now going to be in operation from well, actually the first few containers left last week. You know, we actually have a company, we have people on the ground who are going to build the company from bottom up. We've started DALGETY Nigeria, we've got DALGETY USA, which is going to also be heading into containers heading in another before the next 3-4 weeks into US markets. We also obviously have a DALGETY in Guyana, which will cover Guyana, and with the roads open up into Brazil, where we're looking to go into Brazil's and the countries in the South American continent. So we got really major expansion plans. And I mean, one of the interesting about the COVID right now, because you're in lockdown, there's nothing else to do. So all these things I had in plan, I mean, I'm just executing them now because, you know, I mean, there's nowhere to go hang out with nobody. So you just stay home and do work. Work is no play.
Can I ask, are you based in the UK?
Yes, I'm based in the UK.
Yeah.
But I mean, at different times, I'm based between the UK and Guyana.
Okay.
Yeah, but most of the time I tend to be in the UK. But there's years when I've spent more times in Guyana than the UK. It really just varies, you know. I mean, I'm now probably going to end up spending a lot of time in Ghana because obviously we're using that as a major hub for the African market. So, I mean, you know, we move with the wind according to the necessity of growing the business. Yes.
Okay, so since Brexit, has there been any changes for you?
Not really. I mean, the thing about us is that even if there's changes, we navigate ourselves around changes. We don't really look at problems. We look at solutions. So, I mean, wherever it happens, really and truly, I mean, I never worried about Brexit because I knew when it comes, we'll deal with it. You know, I don't worry about problems. I mean, many problems can be deal with solutions. I mean, there's always got to be a solution around something. So, I mean, that's how we look at it. So, I mean, apart from a few containers or shipments being delayed, I mean, before then we ramped up some of our raw materials coming in, but you know, we focus on success, you know, not things that could make you fail.
Wow, that's fantastic. So listen at people, flex with the times and to, you know, focus on solutions. So the future, what plans have you for the future? I know you said you're moving into Ghana, etc. Have you got any other plans that you can divulge to us and to our listeners?
To tell the truth, the main focus is global expansion. That is where the future is. I would say personally, in terms of the where we think the most traction is going to be is really on the African continent, because we see that as where the most opportunities for any real Black entrepreneur also. There's so much untapped potential. I mean, if you look at the continent, it's 31 million square miles. It's got 1.45 billion people. I mean, it's a continent that could probably fit the US and China and India in it with space. I think that I called something what I call geographical racism, whereby the person who grew the map of the world made the African continent look small. And the way the media portrays it, that it's overcrowded. When you consider China, who's 9 million square kilometers, has got 1.5 billion people, right? And they're actually only about 100 million more Chinese than there is Africans. You see what I'm saying? So there's opportunities for Blacks. At the end of the day, by moving into the continent. It might be challenging, as I know there's different cultures and so forth, but as I said, you got to deal with the solutions, there are always going to be challenges anywhere you go. You stay right in these parts of the world, you have challenges in various forms that you almost can't actually deal with, So, focus on solutions, you just have to navigate yourself through it. But, that's where we're heading,
Are there any different products, any new products on the line?
We've got loads of new. I say in the back end. To tell the truth, we, apart from the teas, which is the core business that we do, we actually develop a lot of sauces. It's all designed and everything, but it's just that sometimes you really want to make sure the core business is really working like a spanking new car. And sometimes when you start working on other products, right, it takes away some time from making the core, because the core that is financing all the new stuff. We also do things like noni juice, right, which we do on the side. We do bitters, which is the diabetes and so forth. We do other products, but we always focus and tell people about the teas. We're probably going to start doing some seasonings. That's another one we did. It's actually, the packaging is all designed. It's just really just doing the product, but then, with this expansion plan, as I said, after you started landing in terms of actually having a physical warehouse in another jurisdiction like Ghana, that took up a lot of time, setting up, now we're moving the company into what you call the digital age, because, especially with the lockdown, is more people actually now begin to realize the importance of digitizing your business, So, I always say that, our business probably started in a analog to artesian mode. How I build the business is, when I first started my business, I was going shop to shop selling. You see what I'm saying? That's how I built it, the way I did my research, I went into the library and used the yellow pages to find out where the shops were, or which city to go to. I went to the library to find out the population census and how the population was distributed based on the targeted market that I was trying to get. Now you could sit on your computer and, I don't even think we had a mobile phone then when I started, So when you drive somewhere, you better make sure you're selling, because you know where to call anybody to come and collect you, There's a lot of changes that occurred over the 25 years. So, now we're really moving in that digital era. We slowly begin to think on building our social media presence, which you would have thought we would have, the size or the company we're doing, that we would have been big on that. We actually haven't, we are, but not to the full capacity. So it's a lot of things we're getting to really digitize the business, so it becomes vertically integrated, from production straight through to the consumer.
Lovely. Right. Have you got 2 tips you can tell our listeners for those who are looking to start their own business?
I would say they need to stay focused on the product or service that you're offering. A lot of times, it's never really a straight journey. And a lot of times people start a product or a service, and then as soon as they come up to the first bump, they start seeing another opportunity, that the grass always looks green on the other side, as I would say, not understanding that it's not really as green as it looks. It might just be a vision. So make sure whatever you're doing, you keep focused on, go through the bumps, give it the time and make it work. Try to work on the solutions to the problems that you have instead of jumping to another product, which probably has a different problem and a different solution to solve. If you would have spent a year or two on a particular product, and it doesn't matter whether you start a laundrette or something like that, you might find that you're not getting people coming in. Just find a way of how to market it and drive people into it instead of thinking, well, I'm going to open up a West Indian takeaway now instead. And the next time you open a grocery or a pet shop, just stay focused and give it the time, And then, my other thing right now is that I think people should expand their horizons also in terms of not focusing just on trying to think of just that one little jurisdiction, whether it's Brixton or Harsden, Try to think of your business as, you start out by thinking, how could I manage with the UK? Then you start expanding out.
Lovely. Yeah. Thank you so much. So can you just give us your contact details so people know where they can get these lovely teas, etc.?
Yes. Well, basically, our website is dalgety.co. That's DALGETY.co. And email address sales, SALES, @dalgety.net. Yeah.
Have you got any social media at all?
I think it's just Dalgety Teas. Actually, I don't even deal with that part. I have people now dealing with all that. I just focus on product development and expansion plans. So it's a bit terrible that I can't even see what is a Twitter or Instagram thing. That's why I'm saying the company is now digitizing. But as I said, I didn't come from a total digital era. I focus on developing products, expansion into markets, selling and marketing. The social media part now, I've got experts because there's another thing you have to do. If you don't know to do something, you find somebody who knows to do it.
That's correct. That's correct. Yeah. Okay. Just to ask you this special question, our Money Mob question. If you had one wish in regards to the Black community, what would that one wish be?
I think Black community, they should just head back to Africa. All of us should just head back to African continent. It's as simple as that because, you're staying in these parts of the world getting abused and all this kind of story. And there's a big opportunity out there where you could build where your ancestors came from. I don't know much more proof you need from what is going on right now in the world to explain to people, say, I'm making my first move, you know what I'm saying? I hope a lot of people do the same.
Here to that. Well, thank you so much for your time. And, we follow you and, Paul is always writing about DALGETY teas everywhere he goes, and we see. And when I see it in the shops, I say, "Yes, it's there." So keep up the fantastic work. And when I get to Ghana, I'm going to look you up in your business there.
Definitely.
That's right. And for those that we've got a discount. Check us out in regards to that. If you use our discount code in regards to DALGETY tea, you will get a discount. I think it's 5% discount in regards to your teas from DALGETY. And I said they've got a range of teas, so check us out and get your discount. Mark, again, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm one of your supporters, and you take care. And maybe one of these days we actually may check out your social media. We probably could help you out. All right.
Oh yeah, definitely. I linked you with my guys and so forth. We've started already because we've linked you with creating the 5% discount. You know what I'm saying? Which we try to collaboratively work with, and we're there to support you also. You know what I mean? In all manners. Financially to grow the Money Mob and looking at strategies to grow what you're trying to do because you're doing a great job. Okay.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Before Mark goes, me and Chrissy were like, I knew, being of Guyanese heritage, I knew of Mark.
Okay.
And Chrissy is obviously Ghanaian. So we were like, we've got a connection going on already, and we didn't even know about this.
There's an even bigger connection with Ghana, which is interesting, and Guyana, because the greatest freedom fighter from Guyana is a guy called Kofi. It's actually what people don't even realize. The first slave rebellion that actually occurred in the modern world was actually in Guyana in 1763, and it was by a Ghanaian called Kofi. You know what I mean? But it's one of those things that Guyana or Guyanese tend to be kind of like quieter people of the Caribbean. You know what I mean? you know, you almost got to squeeze the fact out to them when you meet them to say that they're from Guyana. They sit down quietly and just speak and never say anything. You know what I mean? They do things, they do great things, you know what I mean? But I mean, compared to some of the other people, like I would say, some of my Jamaican friends, you know, I always say they're probably the most patriotic people in the world. I mean, they put on a suit with the Jamaican flag, paint their cars in Jamaican flag. You know what I mean? They introduce themselves as Jamaican before they actually say their name. You know, so it's quite interesting.
Yeah. Also, I think you know, just talking about international business and trade, and the fact that there is a growing bringing together and connection of the Caribbean and Africa, knowing that, you know, certain countries in the Caribbean, you know, if you've got that your passport, you can spend, you know, your visa's almost sorted, isn't it?
That's correct.
Yeah,
No
that's
visa,
right.
6 months, yes.
So I think, the more that, you know, we are based in the UK, but we still have a role in bringing the diaspora together on the continent, and, you know, with our home islands as well.
Yes.
So you know, that just makes me think, definitely I need to stock up on my ginger mint.
Yes.
And with my 5% discount now, keep going.
Yes.
I was listening intently, and it's really inspiring, you know, just that kind of attitude of, if you come against a problem, just find a solution, get ready, deal with it, and stop dwelling. I think we all tend to kind of backtrack and go, oh no, there's a problem, let's go to the new thing. But yeah, definitely about being solution focused and get ready. So that's a great tip.
And congratulations, 25 years
yes,
business in the UK as a black man with a growing household name brand is definitely something that needs celebrating and shouting from the rooftop. So as Chrissy said, very inspiring, really inspiring.
Thank you. It moves so fast you don't even realize it. I only realized that when it was 25 years, somebody said, by the way, is it? I thought that was just a startup.
Well, I mean, to be honest,
because you're moving so fast, you don't realize the time is flying.
You don't even realize the time. 25 years, I'm thinking, gosh, that was so long ago. That must have been like 1980 something. It's like, actually, no, it was like 1990 something. Yeah. But great.
Thank you.
Thank you, Money Mob, for bringing Mark onto the show.
Absolutely.
We got to try, isn't it? It try.
I know. We do have to give a shout out to a previous guest. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to give her contact details the contact details got missed from the show. So we want to give a big shout out to Sarita Walker, the founder and creator of the Brixton Candle Company. Now, if you haven't checked out the Brixton Candle Company already, please do. Website brixtoncandleco.com. She's got 5 signature scents, which are all based on her sights, smells, the senses around Brixton. So whether it's been migrant communities that are based in Brixton, her growing up in Brixton, check it out. So she does candles, wax melts and soap. So if you're walking through the market, you know, you get that fragrant smell, you know, the sounds, the music. Check her out. You can go to her Facebook, which is facebook.com/Brixton Candle Co. And Instagram is Brixton_Candle Co. So please do check her out.
And am I allowed to say, Paul, that you had us on your podcast? We were
we didn't get a mention, but it's okay. It's all right.
I'm coming to the end, so that's why I went to. I definitely mentioned that.
A bit early.
I was blessed to have the super group on our podcast.
Pepper and Pepper.
The salt and pepper of the broadcasting industry on our weekly podcast this week. It was fantastic. Please check it out. Should come out on Thursday. Definitely check it out. It was fantastic. We're already talking about a number 2. It was that good. I am telling you. Yeah, fantastic. You know what I mean? So look, man, just before you wrap up, just to let you know that as I said, you can find us, the Money Mob, on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Money Mob 101. If you want to check out our services, check us out. send us an email in regards to that, info@moneymob@gmail.com. We also have a membership group on Telegram. If you want to really be a part of the movement, check us out, go to Telegram and say that you want to be a part of it. And yes, that's a point. Chrissy and Rachel, we're looking at plans for our 5th anniversary. We're kind of putting something together. Definitely would like you to be a part of it. Once we know exactly what it is, we can't do it without the super group, definitely.
Heard it here first.
No problem.
That's right.
We'll be there.
All right.
Okay, guys, thank you for another wonderful takeover.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you, Glenys. Thank you, Paul. And thank you, definitely, Mark, for joining us today.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Chris.
Okay, then.
Rachel.
Have a great week, my dear. And we'll be back with more big business next week.
Okay.
Guys,
Take
take
care,
care.
everyone.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Bye.